Welcome back to Knit Together with Kim and Jonna. I'm Jonna.
And I'm Kim.
And we're going to talk about sock yarn today.
Yes, although I don't really knit socks.
No, but you have lots of sock yarn.
I do, way too much.
She's generously gifted me a sock yarn club.
Well, that's how we started sock yarn clubs, because I wanted to gift that to you. And we'll talk about that more in a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. So I have quite a bit of sock yarn. And I have all kinds of sock yarn. You know, I actually buy yarn at Michael's and big box stores occasionally, especially the Peyton's. And I don't know if it's Patons or Peyton's, but the Peyton's Croy. And I learned from another avid sock knitter who is Earth Tones Girl on YouTube and Instagram that she often uses this for her contrasting heels, cuffs, and toes because it holds up really well. Oh, nice. Yeah, and it's soft and it's extremely reasonably priced, and it comes in this great this is muslin, this color.
Beautiful. Yeah,
and so if it's ever on sale at those big box stores, Joann's, I stock up.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think this is great sock yarn. It does knit up a little bit denser, so I tend to go up a needle size. So I'll probably use a 1.5. And this says US 2 on it, actually. So it's a little bit heavier yarn.
It feels a little sturdier.
Yeah.
So I can see why she would use it for heels, especially heels.
Yeah, I made my grandson Graham a pair of, it was kind of like zebra striped, a black and white zebra striped yarn, and they are almost bulletproof because I knit them on a 1, so they're really, really thick.
You knitted socks for him?
Yeah, little jelly roll socks.
Did I see those?
Free pattern on, I don't know, free pattern on
Try to find a picture so we can insert it. If we can't find it, we won't. But
yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, I really like to stock up on that. And here's another Peyton's Croy. So
That's
this is
beautiful.
I think they call this Sock Effects, maybe. But this is a marled yarn, and you know what people often use this for in lieu of something like Spin Cycle, which can be very expensive, beautiful, but very expensive. They will use this as that type of color changing marled yarn in a colorwork project.
Oh,
like in a colorwork
it's so beautiful though.
Yeah.
I
so
love
this
it.
is a great alternative to something like Spin Cycle if that's not in the budget.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I haven't knit this up, but I have seen this knit up because Kristen Lehrer from the Vine YouTube channel has made a pair of socks in this, and they're really pretty.
I have to say, I ordered some, I think it's sock yarn, because I wanted to, my granddaughter, we have multiple doll houses for my granddaughters, and I've wanted to knit like rugs for the doll house. I knitted
a great rug.
Yeah, I knitted a blanket and I knitted pillows. But when I saw how fine this yarn is, I have 2 balls of it. I think they're over there. When I saw them, I was like, oh no, I'm going to use more of like a DK or a sport weight. It's just going to take too long. But it would be gorgeous. That's what I got it for.
And this is a super fine, but it's calling for a US size 3 needle. So, yeah, I guess depending on how you want your fabric to turn out. So,
sometime in the future.
Yeah.
What other sock yarns do you have over there?
And I can pick those up for maybe on sale, maybe $3.99.
Nice.
A skein. So it's a 50-gram skein. So you can make a pair of jelly roll socks or some shorties, but you need 2 skeins probably for.
But also, like you mentioned,
pair of socks.
I think in our Fiber Festival video, I can't remember, if you wanted to buy something at a booth or at a store, like you're visiting a shop and you don't want to buy a whole sweater's worth of yarn, you said that 1 ball of yarn makes a pair of socks.
Yes.
Which is so cool.
And one of those will make a pair of shorty socks. Yeah.
And so then
$3.99.
On the other hand, if you wanted to really invest in a gorgeous, expensive yarn, make a pair of socks because 1 skein or 1 hank or 1 ball of yarn, you're going to have an object from that. An expensive pair of socks, but a beautiful object.
Speaking of expensive pairs of socks, this is Hedgehog Fibers, and this is the colorway Nutmeg. And this is kind of an all-over variegated yarn. I knit my brother a pair of socks out of not this colorway, but a similarly dyed colorway that just turned out beautifully. And I wash and dry them, and they've held up great.
Now, how do you know what the pattern is going to look like? Because all these different yarns. Okay, I'm going to hold up. I'm not a sock knitter, right? So these are 2 of my 3 pair of socks I've ever made. This was my very first pair. I got the yarn. Where did I get the yarn?
Endless Skein in Cold Spring.
Endless Skein in Cold Spring. This new knitting shop had opened up. Is that like an 45 minutes from us north.
And I think, is this Unique?
I don't know.
Uneek. I think
no
that
idea.
might be.
And I knitted these on vacation. And this is one way I learned too that I'm a tight knitter, because I knitted the first sock and it you know, in this yarn with the needle it suggested, and it was too small for me. And I have like a size 8 to 9 foot, so it shouldn't have been too small. So my friend was with us on vacation, and she has tiny feet. So she put the first one on, and then I finished them on vacation. I gave them to her. They're hers, and they're all pilly. But she wears them all the time. She loves them.
Does she wash and dry them? Or does she hang them to dry?
I think she hangs them to dry. She's actually a costume designer.
That's
and
right. So
seamstress, so she knows how to deal with fiber.
Right.
So would you call this striping?
I would.
Kind of a
ombre
striping.
Like a fade.
Right. And then this was yarn from a sock club, which again we'll talk about in just a minute. But when you look at how do you know when you look at the ball of yarn that this is what it's going to look like?
And I wish that all sock yarn dyers would knit a little swatch and put it online so we could see.
Right, but was one thing I wanted to say. If you knit a swatch, a square swatch, you're not going to know what your sock is going to look like, because you're going back and forth flat. The only way you'll know is if you cast on, how many stitches do you do for a sock?
64 usually.
64 stitches, and do a few rounds. That's the only way you're going to know.
But then when you get to the gusset and you've made, your sock is more stitches here, and then you're decreasing, your stripe pattern is going to be
unless you put a contrasting color.
Right, but here through the instep, you can see that it's pooling a little bit differently than it does down here or up here, because you have a larger number of stitches here.
Right.
So
yeah, I have this yarn. This is sparkly.
And this is probably going to just be an all over variegated.
I got this once to knit socks for one of my granddaughters, and
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I know. For the love of yarn, what is this? Do you know how to say that?
Mm-mm.
Quaere fiber. For the love of yarn. Colorway
Almost looks like queer.
Popping. No idea where I got it, but it's beautiful, pinks and purples. I'll try to take a picture of it. And I wound it a while ago. I was going to knit socks for one of my granddaughters, or maybe what I was going to do is knit matching socks for all of my granddaughters, and then I had a different kind of yarn to knit for my grandsons. I think that's what it was. But this, I wouldn't know. I would have to cast on however many stitches I want for their sock and knit a few rounds to see what the striping pattern is going to look like, or just not care. So the socks wouldn't identically match. Like here, I did try to find the browns like you did with your Koivua sweater to match the sleeves. And of course it doesn't perfectly match, but it's good enough.
Right.
And these doesn't matter. And this, do the socks have to perfectly match, or do they not?
And I didn't do any of that when I knit with the hedgehog fibers. Yeah, and they're beautiful socks. Yes.
But this you just
from
touch.
From Ireland.
You know what it reminds me of? Like
thready.
peacock tail.
Yeah.
It's almost iridescent. It's beautiful.
Yes, their colors are amazing. Yeah,
Wow.
and it's held up really well.
And where did you
I'm
get that
happy
yarn?
about I got this, I was driving from my brother's house in Boston, Massachusetts, back home via Webb's, America's largest yarn store.
Okay.
And I think it's in Northampton, Massachusetts. So I went there in person and bought this there.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. So what other yarns do you have over there? She has a whole table full of yarns over there.
Because we all know that I collect sock yarn.
That
So-
color. Okay, this color.
Yeah. So I thought of our friend Natalie when I got this. And I got this at Pick Up Every Stitch. And I got it for two reasons. Number one, the color was gorgeous. It's called Berry. And it's also Holst yarn. And I'm using the Holst Super Soft. So there's another Holst yarn I wanted to try. It's called Highland. 80% superwash Highland Old, ULD, and 20% nylon. This is a 50-gram skein. I have two skeins, though. And I just thought, I think this is going to be an all-over, evenly distributed, kind of variegated, not stripy, in other words.
Like tonal almost.
Yeah,
We talked
tonal.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see what this knits up to be.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So, and I have lots of sock club yarn.
So what happened was when Jonna started knitting socks one Christmas, I think it was. I love club. We do like food clubs. Like what do? We do Blue Apron. I've done clothing club
Yeah.
subscriptions like Stitch Fix, Stitch Fix Kids,
Oh, the
Rockets
toys?
of Awesome.
Have you ever done the toys?
I've never done toys.
Oh, I did toys for my grandchildren once.
Yeah. There's so many neat clubs, and it's just fun to, first of all, get a box. And then I by the way, I hate shopping. I hate it. My husband likes shopping. I do not like
That's
shopping.
funny.
It is. It's torture for me.
My husband doesn't mind shopping either.
No, if someone will send me a box of clothes and then I can just try them on in the comfort of my own home, that's great. And someone's curated them for me. I've gotten most of my clothes from Stitch Fix. That's what it's called, right, in the past. But anyway, so I looked up.
We're not sponsored.
No, not at all. I looked up sock clubs, and sure enough, it exists. Actually, for my daughter, one of my daughters just bought a house, and I got her a houseplant club. It's a sill.
Fun. That's right.
Yeah, and she loves it. She's now besides her 3 kids, she's a plant mom. So she's.
I did a sock club for my brother actually before I knew how to knit socks. I got him a sock club, so they mailed him pairs of socks every month. Yeah. Cool socks.
So clubs are fun if you ever do that, or subscription. I guess people call them subscriptions.
Right.
But anyway, so I looked it up, and I just tried to find one where I didn't want to have a choice. I didn't want to have to choose something, and so I found this one, and the yarns looked really cool on the website. So I have this huge box, and we'll talk about what it is in a second. Oh my goodness, look at this. So the one pair, the Christmas socks.
This is left over from.
The third
socks
pair
you
of
gifted
socks
me.
I ever made was Christmas socks last Christmas, and I made it out of this.
It's nice that you have. So you'll insert a picture of the Christmas socks, what they look like knitted up, and then you see what it looks like in the ball, and then you see what it looks like skeined
Yes. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So I'll insert a picture of the finished socks because I'm pretty sure I took one. And then this is how it looked when I got it in the mail, and this is what it looked like in the ball. And
It's pretty stripy.
Yeah. Someone's opening the trash compactor.
That scared me.
It's noisy, that squeak. But so that's that. And by the way, memorize what these look like because I have so much sock yarn and I don't knit socks that we are going to give away sock yarn. So what's the giveaway? What did we decide it's going to be?
If you leave a comment, any comment about anything. Doesn't have to be about yarn.
You could even just say, I want the sock yarn.
Yeah, right. We will use a random
generator.
Yeah. Somehow we will choose a person randomly to win your choice.
Your choice of sock yarn.
Of sock yarn.
So this is one choice. And the green has a little tiny bit of sparkle in it. The mini skein. Do you want to show some of yours?
Sure. I just got this one. This was the Halloween selection.
And it also has a little sparkle in it.
It does. It's sparkly all over, and it's actually 2 skeins twisted up and wound together. So there's a separate orange skein for contrasting heels, cuffs, and toes. So there are 2 skeins in here.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
So. Oh, I didn't say the company. It's Yarn Love. And I have loved them. It's yarnloveyarn.com, but it's Yarn Love. So we'll definitely take pictures of the label and in the show notes we'll say, I love her. She's so responsive. Mm-hmm. As you can tell, I did the initial yarn sock club for you for a few months. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, originally I did it for you, me, and Elise. We did 3 months. After I knitted that first pair of socks, yes.
Oh, so Elise has
that fall, she has sock yarn, and she started a pair of socks. And then for Christmas, you loved it so much that I got you your own, but then I couldn't resist, and I got me the same thing.
And then I think she ended up sending you doubles.
Yeah, she did send me doubles.
And then when that ran out, I signed up on my own.
Yeah.
So. It's so fun to get yarn mail.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So that was your
Halloween selection. And what else did I get? I think this was a fall.
And it says the name actually on it.
And this one's cool because it's an alpaca blend.
That's called Witch's Brew.
Witch's Brew. So this was another.
So we're not giving away her yarn, only mine. So I'm only memorize. This one was called Jane Austen. No, this is Peppermint Twist. So.
Yeah, because I don't have doubles. But Kim does.
I have doubles.
So yeah.
Okay, you want me to show some?
Yeah.
So I don't even know when I got
Valentine's Day.
Maybe this is All My Love.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take close-ups of all of them. These I only have singles, but I'll still give them away. It's fine. This is winter woodland sock kit.
I have one of those.
You might
also.
have that.
I do.
Match.
So we have 2 of those. So we're good.
And this is Language of Flowers. So are they all different yarns? See, I haven't even looked at them.
She does have several different bases.
This is Corriedale sock. What are those?
This one is Superwash BFL Blue Faced Leicester.
Okay. And what is this?
And this one is Superwash Merino.
So interesting. See, because I haven't even looked at them. As you can tell, because we're going to do an unboxing in just a minute, or an unwrapping. I took them out of the plastic bags because I didn't want to.
So I have one of these.
You have one of those too?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is gorgeous if you like bright colors. This is Polyjuice Potion. Look at those colors.
I gifted my niece Jonna, who's also named Jonna,
Oh my
a
goodness.
set of that. So
Beautiful.
she loves this like bright green color. So.
Wow. So fun. So, do you have any others you want to show before I plow through this box?
And this one's Superwash Merino also. Let's see. Oh, talk about bright colors.
Wow.
This colorway is Moxie. And this is organic yarn, Juliet Organic. Also Superwash Merino, 20% nylon. So
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Nice. Why don't I open these because we might have repeats. So these I didn't open because we knew we were going to eventually do.
And I didn't wait and I opened mine.
That's fine. You're a sock knitter. But we knew we were eventually going to do these this YouTube channel. So I thought, why don't I just not open these and then we can unbox them here.
And she generously took them out of the crunchy plastic, so hopefully we won't make
Yes.
it.
Oh, by the way, so funny. I opened them today, right before we did this, and there's an invoice for this one is for Mary Beth Crosby. So I have your yarn
Oh,
from April 15th.
okay.
On the outside of the package, it had my address and my name. So
If you never got your yarn,
maybe she got mine.
maybe. Let's
So Mary Beth Crosby, if you didn't get your yarn, I will mail you this yarn. So we want to see what it looks like. Isn't that funny? I should look her up on like Facebook or something, see if she's there. I literally just found this out. Here, you open one and I'll open one. Because I think because I've bought so many gift sock clubs, then I can't even remember again the owner's name.
Katie.
It is Katie also.
so.
There's so many Katies.
Yeah, I think it's Katie.
So the paper still makes noise. But
Really pretty.
she gave me
Confetti
2
cake.
sets.
Gorgeous.
Yes. Really beautiful.
Really beautiful.
So for each month, this was April last year, she sent me 2 of them. Oh dear, of course that happened. I don't know why it didn't ding. So, do you want to tell them what happened?
Excuse me. So we unwrapped all of the yarn, and we wrapped up and said goodbye and realized that the camera was not on any longer. So we are going to unwrap the yarn a second time.
Yes, we'll do it quickly though, so it's not quite as beautiful. But I think we were just describing this. Were we? When it went off?
Well,
Anyway,
yeah.
doesn't matter. Okay.
It's beautiful yarn nonetheless. So this is the colorway Confetti Cake. And this one's Superwash Merino and nylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Beautiful.
let us know which one you want.
And this just has a few speckles. So this is a good example of just some speckled yarn, I think. It's not
like a light
striped
pink.
or
Yeah,
variegated.
it's really
Yeah.
pretty. So why don't you do this one?
Okay.
We had them wrapped separately. The Katie of Yarn Love Yarn sent me 2 sets, so we would each open one, but it doesn't matter. That video doesn't exist. What's this one?
This is so pretty. This one's called The Language of Flowers.
Mm.
And I think that's the name of a book I read.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is Corriedale sock. Also Superwash Merino and nylon.
Beautiful.
That is.
And I'll open one. This one is Poolside. And this is actually breathable bamboo sock. 70% superwash merino, 20% bamboo, and 10% nylon.
Pretty.
Really pretty. Aqua, purple, like under the sea.
And the purple's almost iridescent.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. So you get to open the next one.
Okay. This one is the zebra sock set. And this is similar to another colorway that she did that I made my niece Jonna socks out of that also had this marled.
What is that called? It has like these black and white zebra speckles in it. Is that marled?
That's what we'll call it.
Okay.
Black and white zebra speckles marled
It's
yarn.
really
But
interesting.
Yeah, and it turned out to be very all over marled, so that it wasn't striped at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really, really pretty. So this is a zebra sock set.
Fun.
Yeah.
And I haven't been saying this, but each little package comes with a card that says the care instructions. So if you're knitting as a gift, you can give that to the person as well. But on the back it says, made with love. I hope you love your new yarn. This skein was dyed by hand at the Yarn Love Studio just outside Des Moines, Iowa. Connect with me and her information. So
And I always hang my socks to dry.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you block your socks?
Occasionally.
Some people don't block socks, right?
So I usually block them on the first, after I finish knitting them, I block them and put them on sock blockers.
Like wet block them?
Yes. And then I do wash my socks by hand generally.
Mm-hmm.
They have accidentally gotten into the washing machine, and recently on Black Friday, I bought a beautiful woven basket for wool only, so that my wool socks won't get in the wash and wash accidentally, because my husband is not careful about the laundry. So
well, it's especially easy with socks for that to happen.
Yeah. I've even done it. Yeah. So I will wet block them again if they've gone through the washer and the dryer, because they've felted a tiny bit and I feel like they've shrunk a tiny bit, so I will put them on the sock blockers again. But most of the time I just hang them to dry over. We have a baby gate in our house. I'll hang them to dry over the baby gate.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
You can open that one. I don't remember who opened the last one.
Oh, this is one of my favorites, just because it's got the alpaca in it. So this is the alpaca blend Witch's Brew.
Oh yeah, you shared that already, right? You had one?
Yeah. Beautiful. So soft.
And this is this last one. Did you have this one too? Yeah, this is the one your niece Jonna, right? No, Moxie?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was a different one.
I have that one too.
Moxie. So this is gorgeous. Just rich jewel tones.
I know.
So do you think this is going to be striped? What is that going to look like?
I feel like it is going to be striped because it's similar to the Christmas yarn. So that's how I've been able to tell.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the
You're
only
right.
way.
So this was the Christmas yarn, and
Right.
I'll put a picture
So
of the Christmas
I think
socks.
if it looks kind of color blocked, where it's red and green, that it's going to be striped.
Okay.
That's my hunch. She does have some swatches on her website, but not for every colorway.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's it. That was our unboxing. We love yarn, love yarn. If you're interested, if you want to do, I mean, it's heading toward Christmas, right? So if you want to get a knitter a gift and they like to knit socks, or even if they don't, it's a great introduction. Send them a subscription with Yarn Love Yarn.
And you can make a one skein shawl.
Yep.
You
can do so many
You're not a
things with
sock
them.
knitter. Yeah. I love my sock yarn. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
It's so fun to get yarn mail.
It is, and I really am going to have to start knitting
And
socks
I love
now.
that you gave it to me, because I think about you all, every time I look at it.
Aw,
So, yeah.
that's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and like and subscribe. Oh, I said like already. Subscribe. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified when we release videos, usually every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you never know.
You never know, right?
With our schedules.
Exactly. And don't forget, we're going to give away, I don't know, I'm even thinking, I have so much sock yarn, maybe I could give away more than one.
Maybe. So just any comments.
I'll see how many comments we get.
Yeah, tell us which colorway you like.
Yeah.
And we'll
Maybe it'll
randomly
be
select somebody.
Yep, somebody, or maybe 2 people, or maybe even 3 people. We'll see. We'll give away whichever one of these that you want, as long as first come, we'll randomly select the first. This is crazy.
I know.
Oh my
So
goodness.
the battery just died. So we're on take 3. Fortunately, we redid the unwrapping.
But it's so funny. We've done now a few things, and none of these have ever happened. We've done a few videos, and none of these things have ever happened. And today, they're happening. So anyway, it is what it is.
We're still learning.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to buy a little stand timer so that we're
We can keep track of the
more
time.
aware of the battery life. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Now you can say goodbye.
Well, we are just still so stunned and amazed that people are tuning in, and we're so grateful. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also the little bell to be notified when we release new videos, which is usually Friday morning Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m.
Yes. And don't forget to write in the comments if you want any of this yarn. Again, we're going to do this randomly generated giveaway, but I actually think I have so much extra yarn. We might do 3 people.
3.
3. So the
Wow.
first person randomly chosen will get first choice of the yarn, and the second person randomly chosen will get second choice after the first person chooses in case it's gone, and then the third person will get whatever's a choice from whatever's left over. But there's a lot, so
Wow.
that'll be fun,
That's
right?
awesome.
And then again, whatever you like, tell me, and you might get it for Christmas.
Okay.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.